Shalom, 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 Yasharala. This is your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another quick edifying video. Right, today's lesson is going to be called Casting Down Imaginations, right? First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say, Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash, right? That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and his only begotten Son's name, who you ignorantly call Jesus, whose name is Yahawashi, the Hamashiach, right? In the Holy Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, right? Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from Tahar on down, who have ruled well through the Spirit and have fed and edified the sheep in these last days, and has pushed this gospel and this truth to the four corners of the earth, right? So like I said, today's lesson is going to be casting down imaginations, right? And just looking up, imaginations, right? And it says the act, the process, or power of forming a mental picture of something not present, and especially of something a person has not known or experienced. Her imagination kept her entertained for the long ride. Creative ability. Her story shows great imagination, a creation of the mind. It is just my imagination, or are we moving, right? So let's actually look in the blue letter real quick. The imagination, right? But we're casting down imaginations, man, through the power and spirit of Yahawashi, right? So this is 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. And let's get this real quick. And let's see.
Strong's G 3053. Lagismas.
Lagismas, right? And let's see. So the definition is reasoning, right? Conscience, conceit, imagination, thought, right? And when you look it up, it's like a reckoning, a competition, a reasoning, a judgment, decision, and thoughts, right? So when you look at it, the usage, it's as a thought, right? And thoughts, come from the mind, your imagination, right? So let's get this scripture, right? We're gonna go through these scriptures, and Lord's will, this will be edifying, right, for the body, right? So let's go to, first off, let's go to 2 Corinthians, start at 10, and we'll just start at verse number 5. It says, casting down imaginations, right? And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of the Most High, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to just jump to verse 2 and I'm going to read down. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, right? So even though we walk in in our fleshly beings, right, we don't war in the flesh, right? We can't war against our enemies in this flesh, right? It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, right? So our weapons are not carnal, right? Our weapons are spiritual, man, through the power and spirit of Yahawashi, right? We got weapons that people can't even see, right? And you can read about that in the book of Maccabees, right? When I forget the guy's name, but he tried to come and collect the money that was the children of Israel had saved, for the widows and children. And he tried to come and take it, and guess what? People saw an apparition of a man standing on a horse, right, with two men like standing on the side. I'm just paraphrasing, right, and the horse was kicking the dude, right. It's these things are not seen, right. People saw it, but he didn't see it, right. So, and these are the things, right. These things, our stuff is not carnal. Our stuff is not, earthly, man, right. It's not, you know, 50 calibers. That's not our weapons, man. Right? So it says casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach, right? And to the obedience, right? And every thought, right? Because your imaginations, right, arise from your thoughts, It says imaginations or reasonings, right? When you look at that. So, and what we're going up against is the wicked imaginations, right? Of these elite, of these top, banking families, and these elite men, right, of Esau, right, and the wicked imaginations that they have, right, for their plans to try to take over, the whole world, and try to do a one world order, and try to bring everybody under subjection of them, and it all stems from, the spirit of their forefather Esau, right? And ultimately, you can go back to Cain. It's that same spirit. But we are here to cast down those imaginations, right? Those thoughts, right, that are ruling this world right now. Let's get this, right? Because just like back in the book of Genesis, right? Even in the days of Noah, right? So let's get this. This is the book of Genesis 6 and verse number 5. And it says, "And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart," right, "was only evil continually," right? And the heart is representing your mind, right? With your thoughts, right? Because you don't have thoughts of your heart, of your actual beating heart, right? You have thoughts of your mind, right? And it was only evil continually, right? That's all they could imagine, right? So you think about that, right? It says the imagination of their thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, and that's how Esau operates, right? He operates with these evil thoughts continuously. Let's get this. Let's go to the book of Luke, right? Luke chapter 1 and verse number 51. It says, he showed strength with his arm. He have scattered the proud in the imaginations of their heart, right? And even though our people, man, right? Our people right now are they're scattered because of the imaginations of their heart. They don't want to, deal, with the ways of Yahawashi, right? They wanted to imagine their own wicked thoughts and do their own thing, and that's why we were scattered, right? Because we have left the way of our power, So we are here to cast down those imaginations and bring back those who were chosen from the beginning, right? The elect, back to Yahawashi in these days, right? Because the imaginations of the hearts, right? And Jeremiah talks about that, right? So let's get that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse number 9. And it reads, it says, the heart is deceitful above all things, right? So the mind is deceitful above all things, right? And what comes to the mind is the imaginations, the thoughts and the things that come, through your mind. It says, and desperately wicked, who can know it? right? Who can know it? Right? It is deceitful above all things, right? You could just be kind of just sitting around and all of a sudden wicked thoughts, come into your mind, right? Just wicked, crazy thoughts come into your mind. You'd be like, dang, where'd that come? You know what I mean? But it says the heart is deceitful, right? We know that the heart is the mind. So, right, the mind is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Right? When it's desperate, man, you just, you know, you you just really your options is just, you're you know, it just it's crazy, right? It says, and desperately wicked, who can know it? You know? And let's get the precept for that, right? Let's go to the book of Mark. Right? So we're here to cast down the imaginations of the wicked, right? This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, and verse number 21, right? It says, for from within, out of the heart, right, or the mind of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. Right? So from within the heart of men come all these wicked thoughts, right? This is where all these thoughts come from, where when you have, when theft, when murders, right? When adultery, when all these things, right? These come from within the heart, right? Which is your mind, come from within your mind, right? These are imaginations, right? The things that spark and cause people to do these things, and we know, but it says, where is it? It says in wickedness, right? And we know that these top elites, right? They all they do is operate and move in wickedness, right? Their whole operation is to move in wickedness and unrighteousness, you know. So we know that their heart, is given, over to wickedness, right? And let's get this, right? Let's go to the book of Job, right? Chapter 9, of course, and verse number 24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? The hand of the wicked, right? So, and the wicked, their thoughts are always just evil and just, scheming up plans. Right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? But the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? And what does this say about the wicked? Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Right? And that's why we have to cast down the imaginations, right? We have to break the strongholds from our people, man. Right? Because right now the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So now this earth is being ruled in wickedness right now. Right? It's being ruled by wickedness. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and let's go to verse number 16. And it reads, it says, I'll start at verse 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of an evil man. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Right? So they can't sleep, right? Until they have come up they have imagined, some type of wickedness to afflict on who? On the Israelites, right? On these so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And and Esau, he can't. Those top elites, right? They can't sleep until they think about, how they can, cause, the most wickedness, right? And once they've imagined it and kind of planned it out, right, then they can kind of get their good sleep in again, you know. But this is who we're dealing with, right? These are the strongholds that we got to cast down. These are the imaginations that we gotta throw down out here in this evil, wicked world, man. Right? That's why you know, Yahawah said, what is this? 94:16. This is Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. It says, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" Right? He's asking the question, right? Who's going to do it? Who's going to stand up against this wicked man? Right? Who's going to stand up? Right? And the Most High is basically, you know, he has brought an opposite, right, of the wicked, right, which be the righteous, right? But let's go back to that real quick, because I was missing something on there. Proverbs 4:16, right? It says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall." Right? It says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." Right? They drink the wine of violence and they eat the bread of wickedness. Right? They're like the total opposite, right, of the elect. You know? When you think about this as a movie, man, they are the evil villains, right? And the elect are the superheroes, right? And usually when you got movies like that, they're polar opposites, right? Because they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, right? And that's why the scripture that I just pulled, Psalm 94:16, that who will stand up for me, right? That would be the elect, right? That would be the elect of Yahawashi, right? That's who's going to stand up against the workers of iniquity, right? Because they are the total opposite of the wicked, right? And they're there to cast down their evil imaginations, right? So it says, "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence," right? But what does the righteous do, right? What does the elect do? Let's get this. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse number 3, and it says, "With the bread of understanding shall she feed him," right? That bread of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It says, "And give him the water of wisdom to drink," right? So on the opposite end, they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, right? But the elect, right, those who are chosen, right, will eat with the bread of understanding, right? And give him water of wisdom to drink, right? So they're going to eat and drink of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They're going to eat that opposite, right? And that's how we do it, right? Through the spirit, right? Because spiritually, right, that's what they're doing. They're eating, the bread of wickedness and drinking the wine of violence. They're drinking the wine of violence, right? They're getting drunk off of it, right? Right. On the other hand, right, the righteous are eating the bread of understanding, right, of knowledge, and drinking the water of wisdom, right, on how to walk, right, and of course, the light is gonna shine brighter than the darkness, you know. Let's get this right. So as they do the opposite, right, what do they do? You gotta cast. So how do we cast down these imaginations? Right, you go into these scriptures, right? This is your bread. This is your bread of understanding and your wisdom of knowledge, right here, right. So you go in here, right, and let's see. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, right, chapter 3, verse number 10. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart," right? In your heart, in your mind, right? While the wicked is imagining, evil, wicked, adulterous, murderous thoughts, right? On the opposite hand, on the right hand side, right? Yahawah is dealing with the elect and the chosen, right? And it says, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart and hear, right? So receive in thy mind and hear the words and hear with thine ears, Salakia, and go get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith Yahawah thy power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, right? So, the righteous, they're going to go to break down these imaginations. They're going to go to their people, right? And we're talking about the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you are the Israelites, right? We're going to go, right, to our people of the captivity, right? Because those wicked elites, right? Those wicked elites who are ruling this world have the children of Israel in captivity, right? And what's that? It says that the children of Israel and the children of Judah are oppressed together, and those who hold them captive refuse to let them go, right? That's what that's talking about, and I'm just paraphrasing that, that scripture, But yeah, it said, take this into your heart. Take this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding into your heart, and go to the children of the captivity. Who are that? That's the Israelites, right? Verse 17, right? Ezekiel 3:17, it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel, right? So then you become a watchman, right? When in Psalms 94:16, it said, who will stand up for me, right? How do you stand up? By being a watchman, right? And it says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me, right? So now we go out and give warning, right? We give warning from Yahawah on what the wicked, right? They're the imaginations of the wicked, right? And what's the imaginations of the wicked? It's the the Most High put it in their spirit to create the waster, right? What's the waster? It's those ICBM missiles that are going to be used to destroy this place, man, right? That's going to turn this place, America, into the lake of fire, right? When all these nations cast their arrows, those arrows are the ICBM missiles onto this place to destroy this place, man, for the ultimate wickedness of this place. That's the imaginations. That's what he imagines, When you think about his imaginations, and that's what we're casting down, right? The imaginations of, when it says in Job 9:24, he covered the faces of the judges, right? He imagines, and then he goes out and tries to emulate. So what does he do? He takes the pictures, the true descriptions of, the Israelites, of Abraham, right? Isaac, Moses, and he'll paint them, and the angels, he'll paint them a so-called white, right? With their wicked imagination. And we're here to cast that imagination down, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahawah, because we can go to the scriptures and we can prove it wrong, right? When you talk about, you say, so-called, when you say Jesus, right, is a so-called white man, right? And we say, no, his name is Yahawashi, and he is, has hair of wool, right? And his skin is like of burned brass, like brass of his burned in a fire. We're able to cast those imaginations down, man. Cast those wicked thoughts down, right? And show our people the true things, because our people are caught up in this imagination of lies and deceit. So we come out here and we cast and we throw all that stuff down, man, right? Through these scriptures, right? Because the scriptures, what does it say the scriptures are? Let's get that. It's the book of Hebrews chapter 4 and verse number 12. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? So we don't need no carnal weapons, man, right? This word, it says what? For the word of the Most High is quick and more powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, right? So this word will pierce and cut and chop down any, like, the lies, the foolishness, man. You just go straight into the scriptures through the power and spirit of Yahawashi. You're able to break all that. You're able to cast down the imaginations of the wicked, you know? And another way we go out here and we cast down these imaginations, right? Let's get this. We go to it's the book of Jeremiah, right? Chapter 28. And of course, verse number 8. And it says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? And that's what we're doing, man, right? Through the word, right, which cuts like a sword, we're out here, we're prophesying the downfall of this great kingdom, right? The mystery Babylon, right? The daughter of Babylon, right? We've cast it down so much. Hey, you can go on Google, and Google will tell you who is mystery Babylon, right? Who is the daughter of Babylon, right? Let's see. Who is the daughter of Babylon?
According to Amazon.com, America, the daughter of Babylon, deals with the prophetic future of the United States of America. The Bible reveals that there will be a second nation of Babylon, which is described in detail throughout Scripture and can be identified as America.
It can be identified as America, right? Right? How did that happen, right? Through the power and spirit of Yahawashi, man. Casting it down. We're casting all these wicked imaginations down, man, through the spirit. You know? We out here to warn our people, you know, that just like in the times of past, right? So will it be, right? Coming soon, you know? We know that Yahawashi is the spirit of comes in the spirit of prophecy, right? Let's get that real quick. It's the book of Revelation 19 and 10. It's one of my favorite scriptures now, right? And it says, and I fell at this is Revelation 19 and 10, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy, right? So that's how we can cast down imaginations, right? Because we can prophesy these things before it happens. We can warn the people as the watchmen, right? As we stand up against the evildoers, right? To cast down the wickedness and use the word, right? That's as a two-edged sword to cut down the imaginations and show the people, you know, no, this is what's going to happen, you know, no, the MOTB is being ushered in, right? And it's physical, right? And we see it, right? We using that, right? We warning the people of things to come, right? We warning the people of Jacob's trouble. We warning the people of, you know, these icy beam missiles and World War III and all these things that are these prophecies that are gonna pop off, right? We're out here to warn the people, you know, and let's get this one right. This is Yahawashi. Yahawashi told us this. Let's go to the book of Luke, right? Chapter 17, and we'll start at verse number 26, right? And it reads, and it says, Luke 17 and 26, it says, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man, right? The Son of Man, right? It's Yahawashi, right? It says, they did eat and drink, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, and they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day of the Son of Man. Well, Salakia, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed, right? That's talking about the day of Yahawashi, right? When Yahawashi returns, right? And how it rained fire from brimstone, right? But it's going to be those icy beam missiles, right? That are going to be raining down, right? On Babylon, on America, right? And when the coming of the Son of Man comes, right? He's coming with his chariots and he's coming with lasers, right? And all types of, weapons on those chariots, with which they call the UFOs, right? And they're going to be tearing stuff up too, So, we're out here to warn our people, right? That death and destruction is coming, right? And that ark is going to be to make it on those chariots, right? That's what's going to be, and it's not going to be a flood, right? It's going to be a lake of fire that's going to destroy this place, and we're out here to cast down the imaginations, where Esau tells you that, hey, well, the end of the world, the earth is coming. No, the earth is not going to be, is not going to go away, right? But their rulership is going away, and we're casting that down, right? We can go to 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Let's get this. Let's go to stay in the book of Luke, right? So these are the things that we're doing to cast down the imaginations, right? This is Luke 14. And I'm going to go to verse number 23, right? And it says, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in that my house may be filled, right? So we go out, right, to the highways and hedges, right, to compel, right, them to come in. Who are them? For the elect, right? We're out here to get the elect, right? To get the elect, to get them to come back to Yahawashi, right? Because they're the only ones that are ultimately going to hear Yahawashi's voice, right? He says, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me, right? So we're out there to call. We're putting the call out for, the elect, to come back to Yahawashi, right? And to continue to cast down the imaginations, right, of these wicked, of the wicked and the elite of this planet, man, right? We out here to tell our people, man, to get away from these folks, man, because it's only going to be death and destruction, right? So we go to, let's see, we go to Micah chapter 2 verse 10. We tell them, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, right? Our people always are weary, right? They're always tired because they always work and they don't understand, right? And the scriptures tell you, right? It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction, right? Even with the sword destruction. It's going to be a sword destruction if you get caught up, right? In the what the Most High has planned for, the wicked, the elite and the wicked of this earth, man. Right? These icy beam missiles that a lot of these people are going to eat, man. Right? And we know that 2/3 of our people are going to have to eat, and feel some of this destruction, the sword destruction, right? So we out here to try to warn our people to come back, right? So you don't have to face that wrath, But we know we're only talking really ultimately to the elect, because the elect are gonna hearken and hear it, Let's get that, right? Let's go to the book of Hosea, chapter 6, and verse number 1. It says, "Come, let us return unto Yahawah, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us, and the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight." Right? And that's what's happening now. We are starting to rise up and live again. The dry bones, right? That Ezekiel, was talking about, right? In Ezekiel 37, right? We are those dry bones, and we are now starting to wake up and put the sinews on our back on our bones, right? The ligaments, right? And the muscles, all those things are starting to come back, onto our bones, onto our dry bones, right? Which is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? This truth and this doctrine, right? Which is, basically bringing the breath back into our lungs, right? The muscles are forming, the flesh is coming on, the skin, the hair, all these things are coming back, and now we're coming back to being the living beings, that the Most High has made us to be. We're going back, from the prophecy from Deuteronomy 30, man. Right? We're remembering ourselves in this place, man. Remembering who we are, and we're returning back to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and we're casting away the imaginations, that have caught us in these strongholds, right? In these chains of oppression, Let's get one more and we're gonna close it out, right? Lord's will. This is First Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 16. And it reads, let's see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse number 13, right? It says, "Till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee." Right? Don't neglect the gift that is in you. Don't neglect, it's a gift, right? This mercy, right? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is a gift of the Most High, right? To be able to teach, right, and get your people to understand this. This is a gift here, man. Right? It says, "Neglect not the gift that is in you, which is given thee by prophecy," right? With the laying on of hands of the presbytery, right? "Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all." It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them." Right? You gotta have a stronghold in this doctrine, this true doctrine. This 100% truth. That's what's gonna keep you your stability in these days. It says, "Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee." Right? And that's what we out here to do, man. Like in the book of Ezekiel, man, we're here to wash our hands, the blood off our hands, right? Warn the people, and what the Most High say, if they hear it and they save their soul, thou hast done well. But if not, if you warn them, you wash the blood of your hands, but it's gonna be on their hands. It's gonna be on their heads, But we gotta go out and we gotta warn the people. We gotta warn the people against these wicked imaginations, and we gotta cast down these imaginations through the power and spirit of Yahawah Shai. We don't need any carnal weapons, right? We don't need any. We have the spirit and power of Yahawah Shai. We have a word that cuts like a two-edged sword, man. And that's what we out here doing, man. Right? Lord's will, we can endure this thing to the end, man. Right? And you who hear me, through this video, man, will continue on. Or if you haven't started, then you will start up, and you will get that fire. Yahawah Shai put that spirit upon you to go out there and to continue and get that zeal and go for you, until the end, So with that, I hope this has been edifying. Right, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. I want to say Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Mashiach, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect, man. Stay strong, stay faithful, keep enduring, keep casting down these imaginations, man, and the strongholds that have our people, man. Right, this spiritual wickedness, we prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. Right, and the rise, right, of our kingdom, and the everlasting kingdom of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. In these last days, keep praying for one another. Right, keep reading and keep watching. Right, and with that, shalom.